Happy Thursday morning, everybody. 5:33 in the morning. 5:33. Herman, why not 5:30? 5:33, 33 for Harry Gant. That was a mouthful, Herman. Well, good morning, everybody. Today's subject matter is something that I saw last night on Flow Racing. I witnessed some young racers with big last names. I saw Owen Larson, Kyle Larson's son, start eighth. That's way back for a heat race, little 8-lap heat race. Owen Larson driving for Chad Boat. You're going to see a lot of those race cars down there at the Tulsa Shootout. Chad Boat fielding these cars and helping all the racers out. And Kyle Larson, the father, decides to put his son Owen Larson in Chad's race cars. And Owen goes from dead last to the win. Then my heart was so happy to see Brexton Busch. Brexton won his race and started sixth. But what I was more impressed about with Brexton was his interview after the race. Now listen, the Herminator's an honest man in a good way, a loving way. All right, Herman, what are you getting ready to say? Well, we know the Busch brothers have always been very intense with their interviews, but it appears Mama, Samantha Busch, as they call her Sam, it appears Sam has got a hold of Brexton. What a pleasant, happy young man. Just a good interview. You could just tell he's a different spirit. I think he's got his daddy's driving skills. I really think Brexton drives like his father, but acts like his mama. Just a good spirit. I really like Brexton. Owen, I don't know enough, but I know there's some funny things. You know, I've interviewed Kyle Larson and Caitlin Larson. Inside joke, Owen was upset a couple years ago, and Kyle Larson joked to all of us racers. He said, well, Owen's retired. He said he was retired. He had a bad night at the racetrack a couple years ago. So I'm kind of still waiting to see how Owen turns out. Now, Owen's got a great mommy and daddy, and I think Owen's going to be just fine. So, now listen, there's another driver out there that I don't see going this route, which is Keelan Harvick. Keelan and Mama Delana and Kevin, they're going more the asphalt route. I think this is very interesting. Now, I do want to say this. I watched the Flow Racing last night, the Tulsa Shootout, Tulsa, Oklahoma, on a dirt track. But my buddy Eddie Balkovic, giving a shout out to Eddie. Hey, Eddie, good morning. Eddie was the one a couple weeks ago, he said, Herman, he said, maybe talk about some of these young racers coming up. So this is kind of a twofold idea here. As I watched the races at Flow, on Flow TV last night, and I watched these young racers, I thought, boy, they stand out. Their dads are great NASCAR racers, and not just great NASCAR racers. These are great racers, right? Because Kyle Larson, he wins in everything, so he's just not a great NASCAR racer, but he's teaching his son, Owen Larson, how to start out on dirt. And I'm very impressed with the route that Kyle Larson and Mama Sam have chosen for Brexton to go dirt. Now, getting back to Keelan, Mama Delana and Kevin Harvick have chose to take Keelan more the asphalt route. Hey, listen, it don't matter as long as they get to where they want to go. I will say that when I look back on my young career, I spent a lot of time in my early days becoming a fabricator, a crew member, crew chief. Hell, I didn't start racing until I was 22. So nowadays, if you don't got these kids in a race car racing at 5 years old, you're considered behind. And I blame all that on Tiger Woods, Jeff Gordon. You go back in my day, Tiger Woods. I remember Tiger Woods being on the Johnny Carson show as a baby. And here all these years later, oh my God. And then same with Jeff Gordon. So this new phenomenon, society doesn't allow you to wait anymore. They want everything hurried up. And here's another thing. They love youth. Youth is inspiring. These girls nowadays getting all this Botox. They don't want no, old age on their faces. So we all love youth. Oh, look, my kid's 8 years old. He's already won 12 championships. So that's life now. This is where we're at. But I really think these parents are doing a wonderful job raising their kids at the racetrack. They're allowing them to get out of the race car, be kids, hang out with their friends, but yet all the while teaching them geometry. I want to share something that I saw last night that I really liked. When Brexton Busch got the lead, his entry to the corners, everything as a race car driver. And for the matter of fact, just every entry to every corner, even if it's road course, that's everything. That's all there is to it. How you enter that corner is going to determine what kind of race car driver you're going to be. If you don't get it early on in life, you got to practice and make it better. I've watched Jeff Gordon, and I'm going to tell you another driver that entered really good until he got hurt, which was Shane Meals' boy. He'd let off early, drift that thing down there, get his entry right. But that Brexton Busch, he's going to be a good one. Every single lap, I kept studying him. His entry was really good. He didn't chop the corner. He wasn't out too far. Had a really good entry. And I've noticed that even with Owen. So one thing I noticed with Keelan Harvick on the asphalt, now Keelan did not race last night, but I'll watch him race. Keelan, okay, here's what we're going to end with, everybody. One way to see a good young race car driver, watch their entry to all the corners. I'm just giving you a shortcut. I'm giving you all a shortcut. Keelan Harvick, Brexton Busch, Owen Larson. They get the entry right. Don't chop the corner. Don't get your left front up on that curve and lose your center of the corner speed. Don't get out too far. Just get that entry right, and roll that corner speed. Get through the middle really fast. That's one thing that I see that Dad Kevin Harvick taught Keelan. Kyle Busch has taught Brexton, and Kyle Larson has taught Owen. So for all you daddy racers out there, get your boys to enter the corner properly, and that's going to excel their racing career. And another thing, cheers, because they got good mom and dads. I can see they're raising them right. They're letting them be kids. They're letting them get out of the race cars and go with their buddies a little bit. And then they mature right up. When they get back in their race car and they put that helmet on, it's like, I can't believe my kid drives like this. There'll be all these kids that I'm talking about. They're kids, but boy, when they get in that race car and they put that helmet on, it's like they grow up 20 years. They get into that race car 8, 10 years old, but once they put that helmet on, they're like 25 years old. All right, everybody, respond right here. I hope you enjoyed my little update on these young, outstanding race car drivers And there's more. Now, don't get on me. I know your driver's great too. I'm just saying these are the ones that I see standing out. Mom and dad's doing a great deal, but they're winning. That's, if you want your kid to show up, it's a sad statement to say. They used to say this to me in NASCAR. I used to complain, hey, put me on TV. You know what they would say? Give me a reason to put you on TV. So I'm sure your child is good too, but when you're up front, they put you on TV and you stand out. Now, I love you. I love you all very much, but you got to show up front. That's the sad state of affair for competition. Happens that way in baseball and football. Give me a reason to talk about you. All right, everybody. Have a great Thursday.